Hello everyone, it is after a long time that we are connecting, so we thought let's bring you something important and fun. In this video, we'll talk about 5 mistakes that you should remove instantly if you want to enhance your writing skills. 5. Missing the comma after the introductory element. Now let's understand with an example. In case you haven't seen my car, it is right there. In this sentence, if you do not put a comma at the right place, the reader will not understand where to take a pause. The correct form of the sentence will be, in case you haven't seen my car, comma, it is right there. Now that's something you have to be careful about. A comma is always used after the introductory phrase or a clause. You have placed it after the first part of the sentence. Before we jump to the fourth, let's talk about the important part of this video. The new batch for the English Speaking Club is starting on 2nd of January 2021, which is of course in the next year. There are going to be 25 sessions and you have 2 batches to choose from. You have a morning batch which is for basic to intermediate level, and you have an evening batch which is for intermediate to advanced level. The class will take place on GoToMeeting every single day for 1 hour for next 25 days. All you have to do is visit our website english.learnwithsamanash.com, click on reserve my seat, fill a small form, and your registration is done after making the payment. Let's get back to the video. 4. The split infinitive. Now this is the most important part of your English grammar. The use of infinitive in a sentence. What happens when you use a split infinitive? I'll explain you with an example. She tried to quickly finish the food before she had to leave. Now if you notice carefully, quickly has been placed in between to and finish. To finish is an infinitive. You have placed an adverb in between, which is wrong. The correct sentence would be, she tried to finish the food quickly before she had to leave. Always understand, do not put an adverb in between if the sentence is not making sense. I mean, there is no hard and fast rule about split infinitive, but always use it if the sentence is making sense, or completely remove it. As I've mentioned, to finish will come first and quickly will go after that. 3. The mistake of not using a comma in a compound sentence. As you're aware, compound sentence is something where you have an independent clause and a dependent clause. It is always joined by a coordinating conjunction. Now the mistake that we end up doing is not using a comma before the coordinating conjunction. The example is, life isn't easy and you struggle every day. The comma will come before and. Life isn't easy, comma, and you struggle every day. This is a compound sentence with the use of a coordinating conjunction and a comma right before the coordinating conjunction. So do not end up making this mistake again next time when you're writing compound sentences. 2. The most important and the most common mistake that we end up making is the subject-verb agreement. In a sentence, the subject and the verb should always be in sync. What does that mean? If a subject is singular, the verb will also be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb will also be plural. I'll explain with an example. The 2 worst things about the movie was the climax and the music. But the correct sentence should be, the 2 worst things about the movie were the music and the climax. Since the subject was 2 worst things, so the verb will also be were rather than was. First, the most common mistake is not using an apostrophe with it is. Please understand, in a sentence, you will use apostrophe with it only in case you're writing it is or it has. But if you're using its directly, that means you're showing that it belongs to something. An example for both of these cases would be, the dog is licking its tail. In this sentence, you will use its straight together because you want to show that the tail belongs to the dog. And another example for this is, I do not believe it's your car. Now in this case, I'm trying to say it is your car, so I will use an apostrophe after it. The correct sentence would be, I do not believe it apostrophe is your car. Now this brings me to the end of the video. I hope you understood these 5 mistakes that you were making, or you might end up making. Please work on these mistakes and we'll come up with something exciting in the next video. Please do not forget to subscribe the channel and like the video as well. Bye-bye.